And I was in Baton Rouge all weekend for a conference on new ways to help kids with some of today's worst health problems. And I just had some really neat stuff I wanted to come tell everybody about today. But, most parents kind of think their kids are pretty healthy. Mm-hmm. But when you really start breaking down the symptoms that they have or the indications that they certainly could do better, most parents are really surprised when they actually stop their day and take a look at some of the things that are going on with their kids' health. And there's lots of improvement that could be had there. Mm-hmm. Lots of kids are already developing health problems at 7, 8, 9 years old. And that's something that parents need to just kind of stop their day and take a look at sometimes. But we had an entire program on autism spectrum issues and natural ways to improve some of their functions and abilities. Our speaker was Dr. Janet Lintala. And Dr. Lintala has a 100% natural autism practice. So she's also the founder of the Autism Recovery Resource Centers and a speaker for Intersect for Kids. And she also has an autistic child. So she has a lot of experience with it, and her program was amazing. I was just blown away in there. And there are some really effective new things that have come out in the last few years. It doesn't matter, be it Asperger's, light autism spectrums, or even for some of the severe cases, there's really some profound new things to support these kids out there and adults as well. So it was quite a remarkable program, and I was glad to be a part of it. And so, there are things that are new and different to offer these families some support for them to do their best. And so,
what do you suggest to families who do have individuals that are suffering with these illnesses in their families? Do they contact you?
Well, throughout the show, I'm going to talk about really 4 new things that were absolutely amazing research out there. 2 of them will do, or 3 of them will do after the break. But the thing about autism is, in the 1980s, it was 1 in 10,000. Mm-hmm. The latest numbers? 1 in 65.
It's staggering.
Yeah. Now,
what's causing this?
They're beginning to discuss numbers like 1 in 50. Oh. In New Jersey, it's 1 in 35. And one MIT researcher...
You're talking about 1 in 35 babies born?
Yes. It's amazing. I mean, it's very concerning.
And you don't think it's just because it's more frequently diagnosed than it used to be?
No, we talked about that. Mm-hmm. And there's probably a little bit of that. But not that kind of number. Not that kind of numbers. Yeah.
What do you suspect causing it?
You may get a 5% increase from just us being more aware of it. Well, we don't really know. We don't really know exactly what is causing it. And the program that I went to this weekend, we didn't talk so much about the cause as we did about things you can do to try to help them do better. So, in fact, the instructor kind of just bypassed that because that's always a big political argument, what's happening. That wasn't really what the program was for. It was about what can we do now that it's there to help them. But,
So you're saying on the radio to individuals who, women who are pregnant right now, that basically 1 in 65?
1 in 65, yeah. One MIT researcher said by 2025, it might be as much as 1 in every 2.
1 in every 2?
By 2025. Now, there's some debate whether that really is the case or not, but if these numbers continue to increase in the rate that they have been, sure, and you take that rate of increase and you stretch that out, it might be 1 out of every 2. So this is everyone's problem. This is not just parents of autism spectrum children's problem. This is everybody's listening's problem, that you at least need to be aware that this is going on. So it's a real major health issue, and not enough is being done out there to try to help these people and their parents. And so if any of you out there are parents of a child that falls into this autism spectrum, you know how absolutely chaotic life can be sometimes for these parents. Dr. Lintala did not even practice for her first, I think, 13 years after getting her doctorate degree, just because she was taking care of her son that was autism spectrum. And so through her experience with that and her research and her studies, that's how this program that I'm part of sort of came about. And, I'm just so fortunate to be part of a team that, now may be able to offer some things that maybe can be done. And we learned several new techniques and technologies. So what we're going to do after break, I'm going to go over some of these amazing new findings that and details of what we found when we get back. And what I was thinking I might do, I was thinking on the way here this morning, something that we might be able to do. I might have a little group of parents of children with autism spectrum together in my office, just a little small group over the next week or two. I don't know exactly when we can do it, but we might have a little group of parents together and sit down in my office, just knee to knee in a little group, so that I can kind of explain some of the things that they might look for, some of the things that they might be able to do to make a difference. So we certainly might do that. I'm going to look at that a little bit more over break and see when we might be able to do that. But, many of these parents feel like, look, they've tried everything already and they're frustrated and they're into their rope and they just don't know what else to do. But, this is some new stuff. There's some new things out there that we might be able to just make a difference. So stay tuned after the break. We'll go through a few things.